I'm excited to see this one. I'm excited to see what WondaMike can do in the matchup. Can he continue this ridiculously impressive run he's having? And it is a really, really impressive run. I don't think I can overstate that. But I personally think this is where it ends. I think that WondaMike, impressive as he has been in this tournament, is about to find out why Firstkiller is the best player in North America. Yeah, the subpar chat was full of redeemed stuff. It was pretty ridiculous, so we're not going to go down that route. Let me just turn on the game sign for you guys. It's game 1, Firstkiller versus WondaMike, and it's already a pretty good start for First. He's got WondaMike backed up on the goal line. It's all about how this one starts. Now, WondaMike's got his Twitch handle in his name, so maybe he's streaming this. I say every time, do be made aware that if you do check out a Twitch, or if you check out a Twitch stream of a player, then you are probably going to hear bad language, unlike if you watch a caster stream, so just be made known of that. But I do want to give this guy a shout out. It's awesome to see all the players streaming their POVs of this tournament. I love going back and watching those myself. This is a nightmare start in this match though for Firstkiller, or for WondaMike I should say. Firstkiller already leads by 2. And what do you do against this guy when he's playing as well as he is? Firstkiller took a while to warm up in that series against Kinsey. Took a while to figure out exactly what Kinsey was doing in the matchup that was working so well. But when he did start to come back, he really came back, and he just stomped Kinsey 3 times in a row. Huge reverse sweep win. That's a big dunk though by WondaMike. Firstkiller tries off the wall to get the save. And that doesn't prove to be a very effective strategy, much like a sideways challenge. You know, coming off the back wall like this to get a save, not likely to work, but WondaMike had a great hitbox in that ball, so it was always going to be tough to stop. Should be a kickoff goal for First, and it is. So, with just under a minute gone, we do have Firstkiller extending his lead once again. Remember again, guys, if you want to catch the Lion Blaze versus Alpha Kep semi-final, the other semi-final that is currently happening, head over to twitch.tv/Dazzering. His link is one of the links that just got posted in the chat by Nightbot as part of the !Casters NA command. Okay, this could be a goal for WondaMike. Has he got the accuracy? No, he's off target and slow with it. Really interested to see what kind of kickoffs WondaMike's going to bring to the table this series. Had some very creative ones yesterday. However, I don't think that all the kickoffs he was doing yesterday will work against Firstkiller. That was a triple touch, narrow miss by First, but WondaMike gladly accepts the 1 goal donation. That would have been pretty ridiculous by First if he got that one in. Yeah, let's see if WondaMike's willing to do the backflip into the boost against First. I personally don't think it's going to work. Firstkiller is just too good at sending fast shots on target, and that will punish anybody giving him space for free on the kickoff. Nice save by WondaMike. That is brilliantly done. Firstkiller looked threatening with that bump. This is actually a chance for WondaMike to equalize. Tough shot to get on target quickly though, as the ball didn't sit nicely for him. And Firstkiller testing WondaMike's recovery mechanics again. Oh, that's another crossbar to WondaMike's rescue. He's getting chances on the counters here. If he's just a bit faster to move into position for these, then he could easily have an open net. Great placement by Firstkiller, right behind the respawning WondaMike with the flick. And he's ahead by 2 again. So Lion Blaze already ahead against Kep. Yeah, I really do think we're going to see Firstkiller versus Lion Blaze in the grand final. Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it now. I think I've got Firstkiller win in the grand final as well. I really do think it's going to be exactly the same as Fusion NA. Firstkiller has just got a complete lock on this region when it comes to 1v1. Nobody looks like they can beat him. This is just brutal. The power on these shots is disgusting. And WondaMike can't even get close to them. This Firstkiller just keeps on nailing them on target. 5-2. Just peppered the back wall and then scores the goal after WondaMike misses a little chip clear off the back wall. So WondaMike does go for the half flip, and he just barely makes it to save the shot. Great save by WondaMike on Firstkiller's power shot. He might get a goal here. No, Firstkiller with a big save. Managed to prevent WondaMike from getting another dunk off an air dribble. Firstkiller ran out of space on this one. That might be a chance for WondaMike to counter. Just like the Kinsey series, Firstkiller might want to be careful here not to get too aggressive in a series, or in a game rather, where he's already ahead. Wants to keep this lead intact, of course. And that was another half chance for WondaMike, and he's had those opportunities. Good bump on first. Firstkiller just reversed away from this one. Firstkiller with a nasty air dribble. He's missed the rebounds. It looks like WondaMike scoring. So on the counter, WondaMike will knock one in. That's what we were talking about earlier. If WondaMike can recover quickly, when Firstkiller misses, he's got a chance. Just over a minute left. Very similar, in fact, to the Kinsey Firstkiller series. Firstkiller's mechanics looked absolutely terrifying early on, but then Kinsey came back to win. That was a nice bump by WondaMike. Look at the wave dash, though, for Firstkiller. Straight back into the play. WondaMike lands his reset well, on target with a flick, but Firstkiller's there to save it. And I don't think WondaMike's going to be there to save this one. Firstkiller sends it over his head, and then underneath with the dunk. It was just too much to recover from for WondaMike. 37 seconds to go, and I feel like WondaMike's let this one slip away. He had chances here. He did get outpaced as we expected, and the power on Firstkiller's plays continues to impress. I don't know what you guys think. Who hits the ball harder, Firstkiller or Khaled? Let's see Twitch chat's analysis. I'll tell you who I think after. You can give a K in chat for Khaled, F for Firstkiller. Who hits the ball harder? Let's see. So a lot of both, actually. Twitch chat seems to be completely divided on this one. Okay, now it's getting a lot more one-sided with more Fs coming in. I think the Fs are correct. I think Firstkiller hits the ball harder than anybody. Now there is one shot in particular that I think Khaled is completely unrivaled on, and that's the full volley off the top of a bounce. I don't think anybody hits those as hard as Khaled, but when we're just talking overall power on various shots, I think Firstkiller is #1 worldwide. Just almost never lacking power on his hits. It's crazy to see. Do a pull? Oh, no need. I've just done a visual pull. I can already tell it. Twitch chat are leaning towards the F in this question. There's the first win. Firstkiller makes it 4 in a row on the day after taking the last 3 against Kinsey and the first one here against WondaMike. You know, with how well Firstkiller's playing, I wouldn't be surprised to see a sweep. WondaMike just doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have the mechanics to keep up with Firstkiller when Firstkiller's playing this well. I think the only way you beat Firstkiller when he's playing like this is by having a play style that can slow down the game completely and start to force Firstkiller to play at a different kind of pace. At this speed, Firstkiller will just dominate. First has better power, but you think Khaled beats him on placement? Well, I'll tell you, I think Khaled would beat Firstkiller 1v1 if they were both playing on a fair server. I don't think Firstkiller has a chance. Well, of course he has a chance, but I think it would be less of a chance than a Joria's or even an Alpha 54. I think Scrub kill a bit of a better chance against Khaled. Theory peak. There's a lot of guys in EU who can play a more reactive style, more defensive style, which I think would have a better chance than Firstkiller's style. Khaled he's never had problems dealing with speed demons. He's never lost to a speed demon. He only loses to players who are playing with 500 IQ, beating him in the mind games. And that I have not seen from Firstkiller. Now, I'm not saying that he doesn't have the one's IQ. I think it's there to a very high level, but for the most part, Firstkiller doesn't even need that. He just gets hard carried by his mechanical ability and his power shots. and his quick aerial plays. His very impressive defending. Speaking of which, what a save that is. Johnny O'Khaled simping again. Listen, if you're not an O'Khaled simp, you don't like Rocket League 1v1, I'm just saying. I'm going to go as far as say you don't like competitive Rocket League if you're not an O'Khaled simp. It's as simple as that. Nice demo by WondaMike. That was a really good play, because Firstkiller was about to run away with the ball again. Firstkiller's just too quick. He read this play perfectly. WondaMike's going to need to be careful. If he's wanting to make any play on the ball, when Firstkiller's in the vicinity, he best know for a fact that he's getting there first. Because if there's any doubt, then you can almost bet that Firstkiller is going to get there before him. Lion took a game 14-3. Get out of here. Did Lion Blaze win 14-3? You know, Lion Blaze is the one player besides Lethamyr and NA who can play that, you know, the slower defensive style, and you know, does seem to have a chance against Firstkiller, a real chance to take multiple games. I'm not sure if you guys have anyone else that you think can do that. Yeah, like looking at the players who have beaten First in the past, it's Lethamyr, Flakes. I believe Scrub took a series off him in the 4 before. Ixo, perhaps OSM. I forget which ones of those guys it was. Three out of Ixo, OSM, Flakes, and Scrub beat him. 4-3. Oh, okay, 14-3. Lol. I was like 14-3. I don't believe that. 4-3. Yeah, that's a bit more believable. A bit more realistic there. Is Mile in this? Well, he was, but Lion Blaze eliminated him. So far, a much better showing from WondaMike. He's trying not to make any mistakes. He's looking for those counterattacks like he got in the last game. Is he going to get one? Yes, he is! Great finish by WondaMike. He spotted the opportunity, stayed with it right until the end, and Firstkiller couldn't get this one clear. And this is the chance. This is WondaMike's chance to make something happen in this series. Needs to play perfectly for the next 3 minutes. Why is it just a best of 5? There's 4 qualifiers, bro. You don't need best of 7 if you're playing. If there's 4 qualifiers for the tournament, best of 5 is more than enough. It's a good save by WondaMike. We'll be having best of 7s for the main event, semi-finals and finals. There will be best of 5s up until then. That's another open net. WondaMike scored in it, 3-1. And this might be the first real big misplay from Firstkiller this series. He's just completely driven past the ball there. Not sure what came over him. But now WondaMike has to be so careful to just stay with every play, not take his eye off the ball for a moment, not take his eye off Firstkiller for a moment. Can his mechanics do the job? I mean, WondaMike's an extremely mechanical player. Just that Firstkiller is in a league of his own when it comes to mechanics in North America, I think, and he's put another one past WondaMike. It was an attempted difficult read by WondaMike there. I don't know if it was necessary for him to pre-jump that bounce. Looked like he could have just waited to see what kind of bounce it was. And Firstkiller saw the fake kickoff late. Not a very good flick to get the ball away from WondaMike here. But overall, it's still a really good outcome for Firstkiller. He's got the ball, he's got the boost. WondaMike's having to sit in net and hope that he can handle what Firstkiller sends towards him. WondaMike picks up the boost on spawn. WondaMike with a good read there, knowing that Firstkiller was too early on his pickup attempt. Great last touch there by First. And now the mind game as well. WondaMike's diving all over the place as Firstkiller slams another shot on target. Boost is going to be drained soon from WondaMike. Reset from First. Pre-flip. It's still on target and it's in. And WondaMike was just watching Firstkiller. He took his eye off the ball. But this is a tough one to read. Oh, his car actually wrapped around the post as well. Just when he thought he could jump off the wall and save it, his car like rolled around the post and he was inside the goal all of a sudden. Still more fake kickoffs from WondaMike. He's very insistent that these are a legitimate strategy, and he's making them look really good, to be honest. I expected Firstkiller to be punishing more for these. Oh dear. Oh dear, that's just in. The worst possible 50-50 for WondaMike. It's Firstkiller. Sends it off the sidewall. And actually, didn't even touch Firstkiller on the way in. WondaMike just sent it one end of the pitch to the other into his own top corner. Of course, he wanted to miss his own goal, but probably should have tried to miss by more than he did. Air dribble from WondaMike. Oh, that's a ridiculous save. Firstkiller somehow gets there. Now WondaMike really is running out of time. Firstkiller still keeping the pressure on him late in the game. Can WondaMike make something happen? He's got the reset. Oh, he didn't get it actually, but it's revenge as the ball bounces into Firstkiller's goal. Now, I'm positive WondaMike would have flipped here if he had a reset, so he must have not had it. Oh yeah, it looks like the back wheels bounced off the ball and then the front wheels landed immediately afterwards. Firstkiller had full respect for the reset, and that is 2 times in one game we've seen both players bounce the ball into each other's goal while flopping around behind it. Like from first. As WondaMike backed up into a corner. It's a decent save from WondaMike. The follow-up from Firstkiller leaves a lot to be desired. There's just no boost for WondaMike to play with here. He needs to be careful. The counter-attack is absolutely available. Great high pop by WondaMike. Firstkiller has to wait for it to bounce. He's wanting the boost to spawn as well. He gets it. A fake challenge for WondaMike, timed well. We'll get in the last possession of 0 seconds by the looks of things. Nice line of attack for WondaMike. And what a touch that is. Somehow Firstkiller saved that as well. And he saved 69 boost while doing so. Crazy well done by Firstkiller in defense. And into overtime we go for game 2. WondaMike putting up a great effort here. Making Firstkiller work for this one. Can he equalize in the series? You really do feel like he has to if he's going to have a chance to win this overall. But really at no point at the end of this game did it look like Firstkiller was done here. Oh, WondaMike just got up high enough to save that one. Another absolute laser from Firstkiller. Oh wow, Firstkiller's messed up the landing. WondaMike wins! Out of nowhere, a 50-50 leads to a Firstkiller failed wave dasher. I don't even know what he was doing facing this way. Just tried to force the ball to the right and it stayed right on WondaMike's car. What a 50-50 by him. And he will equalize the series. That is a huge surprise after seeing how well Firstkiller was playing. In the reverse sweep of Kinsey in the first game of this series, I did not see WondaMike getting a win here. He hung on for dear life in that game and made it happen. Really, really well played. Into game 3 we go, all evens. 6-4 for Kep, so is that going to be a 1-1 for the other semi-final as well? But that's such a monumental effort that WondaMike had to make just to scrape a win against Firstkiller. You feel like at some point, maybe even this game, Firstkiller is just going to win 9-0 or something. He's just going to start scoring with every attack and remind WondaMike why he's the underdog. Let's see if WondaMike can keep it up here. Needs to stay close. That's a dangerous line of play to be taking for WondaMike. Oh, he tries for the in-and-out save, doesn't get it. Firstkiller up by 2. And this was all careless by WondaMike. Tried to outpace Firstkiller, not sure about that. And he wasn't too far off making a great save there, but didn't make it happen. No, Lionblaze isn't out of the whole thing. He's in the other semi-final right now against Alpha Kep. It's a nice kickoff by WondaMike again. Definitely the player in this tournament, and including the EU Saltmine. He's the guy. WondaMike is the one who's had the most variety when it comes to kickoffs. I'm loving what I'm seeing from him. Not sure what happened here though. WondaMike just stopped and Firstkiller scored. Maybe WondaMike didn't expect Firstkiller to shoot there, but looking back at the replay, it's pretty clear that First was about to pull the trigger. I think WondaMike needs the next goal if he's going to have a chance here. Misses his reset. Has a little panic on the landing as well. Oh, what a recovery by Firstkiller. Sends the ball straight on target. Almost gets the demo on Mike. Firstkiller's looking for the boost seal here. Well found. Great line of attack from First, and he forces the issue as well. So WondaMike thought this was going to be an air dribble on target, then he realized, wait a minute, Firstkiller's just air dribbled to seal my boost, and now he's shooting. Really high level stuff from First. He takes a 4-goal lead, and it's like I said, WondaMike had to work so hard just to scrape a win, and now Firstkiller is all over him. Great save there by WondaMike. Might be on target already. It is, and it's in. Or is it? Firstkiller somehow scrapes a save from the jaws of death. How did he keep that one out of the goal? The end of the last game and the start of this one have just been exquisite in the goalkeeping department from Firstkiller. Some of the shots he stopped would have easily gone in against the majority of goalkeepers in this tournament. I thought surely that one was a goal. So Kep's equalized against Lion Blaze as well. So big showing from WondaMike and Alpha Kep in this tournament. Both in their semi-finals, huge underdogs. It's a good turn by WondaMike. Nice confident hits on the ball, but you know Firstkiller is going to send it back with the same amount of pace on it without any problems. And is WondaMike too focused on air dribbles here? He has had quite a few of them in the past game. And this one. I'd love to see more of a mix-up in attack. Now this is something different. Firstkiller is so quick to defend that one as well. And he's faster to the follow-up ball also. A bit too straight on the attack. WondaMike with an open net, but the power is just not there. And this is the kind of difference that we're expecting to see from Firstkiller and basically everyone else in this tournament, is that sometimes other players will hit the shot and it won't be a boomer. Firstkiller, every single time he touches it, it's a boomer. He's got the cheat codes. WondaMike will get 1 goal back. That was super careless by Firstkiller. He's just ran away to the mid boost for no reason whatsoever. So definitely mistakes from both players in this game. It's another kickoff. Fake kickoff from WondaMike, but this one not really effective at all as Firstkiller sees it coming a mile away, and this is the danger of faking kickoffs in ones. If your opponent sees it coming and they start dribbling at 100 boosts, then they're going to have 100 boosts and the ball, and you're going to have maybe 100 boosts, but you're going to be defending, so you're already at a disadvantage. It was WondaMike got in store here. Flip intact. Firstkiller fakes a challenge and stays back on the goal line. This is crazy by First. Pre-flip into reset, into wave dash out. He's got everything when it comes to moving the ball quickly. Good recovery by WondaMike. Keep this one out of his net, but he'll have to get something going in offense and get it going pretty soon. And that's a good pass by Firstkiller, and he somehow saves the follow-up shot anyway. I feel like Firstkiller's just giving WondaMike chances just so he can save them and deny him the goal that he so desires. Oh, what a pre-jump by WondaMike though. He does have a uncontested shot here. He can't get around it for the rebound though. And the longer this play goes on, the more likely it is that Firstkiller will win in Game 3. And it's been exactly what I talked about. Just a very one-sided affair after a narrow defeat at the hands of WondaMike. Perfect timing on the boost steal by First. He's got all the time in the world here, and he puts it in at the earliest possible opportunity. This is an absolute clinic by Firstkiller of mechanical brilliance, speed, and efficiency. I mean, don't get me wrong, even though I put my money on Khaled and a few other European players in a 1v1 against Firstkiller, that doesn't mean I wouldn't want to see the matches. I would absolutely love to see this guy taking on EU's best. I'm sure he would learn a lot from those games and become even better than he is now. I don't know, what do you guys think? Who, how many, or where would you guys put Firstkiller on your world 1v1 tier list? I'd have him top 5, I think. I'd probably have Firstkiller in the top 5. But what about you guys? 3, 4? A lot of 1s actually as well. Some Firstkiller fans in the chat. Love to see that. Top 3, 4, 3, 4. I would put Jaria's Khaled Fairy Peak ahead of him. currently. Obviously, Fairy Peak is inactive, but I'd still have him in the top 3. Those are my top 3, and maybe Alpha 54 as well. After seeing Alpha recently, that's a close one. Yeah, it's either Alpha or Firstkiller for 4th place for me. But they would round out the top 5 for sure. Fairy Peak number 1. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people have Fairy Peak number 1. I still have Khaled number 1 personally. And then Fairy Peak number 2. And then I would have Joria's, and then either Alpha or Firstkiller. It's hard to pick. Very, very hard to choose between those two for 4th place. But hey, I'm not going to go and put out a video about my top 10 1v1 players at the moment, right before we have Salt Mine concluding. Sorry, I've just added one to WondaMike score. Meant to do that on Firstkiller. My mistake. Yeah, right after Salt Mine, I'm pretty sure I'll put out another top 10 video. Maybe I'll do a tier list all-time 1v1 players. We can have a big old discussion about it. Scrub isn't even top 10 anymore. That's harsh. Did I watch the Squishy debut for NRG? I didn't watch any full games. I watched a few clips here and there, and I watched a few moments from the 3 tournaments that have been happening recently. But after Fusion and before Salt Mine, I took kind of a break from streaming for a little bit, and I took a break from Rocket League viewing, just because I've had so much on my plate with these tournaments. So I tried to take it easy. That's a double reset for First. Oh, what a save by WondaMike, but why? Why would you do that? Firstkiller just bumps him away, probably wondering the same thing. That was a beautiful double reset shot. WondaMike decides to save it. You can't really fault him for it, but he's still going to get a lot of people wondering why he didn't just let that one go in. Yeah, it would have been cool to see that one go in, and then Firstkiller just give WondaMike a goal in return and say thank you for letting the double reset goal count. Oh wow, what a save by WondaMike. These stops have been outrageous. Talking about Firstkiller's goalkeeping early on, but some of WondaMike's saves have also been up there. Flake's got to be on that all-time tier list. Oh yeah, for sure. Right now, Flakes has been inactive for long enough that I wouldn't put him top 10 once. There's just no recent results really to base him off. You know, Lion Blaze would probably feature in the top 10 after what he's done in Fusion. Some very impressive results. I would probably put apparently Jack in there. Hard not to after his ridiculous Fusion matches. Who else would you guys have in top 10? Oh, what passing play! WondaMike. Oh no, well, that's a pretty unfortunate but hilarious own goal by him, as Firstkiller missed his open net kickoff goal by a mile. And WondaMike puts it in for him. We're talking top 10 right now? Yeah, right now, currently. Maybe Magic Bear. Well, he just got 3-0 by WondaMike today, so I don't know about Magic Bear. He's definitely a great player. But yeah, currently you've got to base your results off like the Qualifier 1s for Salt Mine and also Fusion 1v1 tournaments. That's a pretty good look for WondaMike on this play. Solid defense, didn't give Firstkiller a look at it. Jack, yeah, I would have Jack top 10 for sure. I would definitely have apparently Jack in the top 10. No question about that. Lethammer maybe? No, Lethammer's got no good recent results so that you could put him in the top 10 from. In competitive results, I mean. So I couldn't put him top 10. Chronic? Nah. Close, but I don't think so. Maybe East Coast AJ, honestly. East Coast AJ, maybe not West Coast AJ, but East Coast AJ could be top 10. Maybe. That's a bit of a questionable one, though, because he's not had great tournament results recently. Nice save by First. So WondaMike's clawed back into this one, though. It's really making this into a series. Firstkiller's had to work for his wins today. Top 3 in the world. I already said my top 3 story is Khaled, Fairy Peak. That's my top 3 for 1v1. Well, in order, it would be Khaled, Fairy Peak, Joria's. But Fairy Peak is inactive, of course. Good shot by First. Well struck from a tight angle. WondaMike just didn't get enough on that touch there. Didn't respect Firstkiller's angle shooting, it seems, but he probably should. No left, bad judging. Why would I put Lethamyr in? He hasn't won any 1v1s competitively in the past like half a year. He got to Salt 4 and Salt Mine 1, but Fusion and Salt Mine 2 qualifiers are so much more relevant for 1v1 recently. You have to base your current top 10 on them mainly, in my opinion. Did Firstkiller get another touch on this? I think he did. Yeah, he did. Look at that. He just got the little last touch on the goal line there to make it 4-2. No, Fairy's not playing in this tournament. He's not, no. He did just beat Wanda in one game. I mean, I already talked about this. Like, yeah, it's a pressure on WondaMike, or a pressure on WondaMike kind of situation. I'm going to say this, okay? If Lethamyr was active, actually playing tournaments, I think he would be top 10 worldwide easy for 1v1. Easy. But he's not active in tournaments. He hasn't had any tournament results recently or competitive results in 1v1. So there's nothing to base off, nothing to base an actual ranking off. But yeah, I think if he did play, he would probably be top 10 easily. Very, very smart player and great game sense for 1v1. So WondaMike got the equalizer here. Yes, he does. Well played by WondaMike. He's just hanging in here, making this competitive. Barely got enough height on that flick to get it past him. What do I think about Sharp? Really good results from Fusion. Fear 100, Fear 500. Yeah, he's definitely up there for NA, but you know, worldwide, can't put him in the same conversation as the guys we're talking about. Left smashes kids in Sunless GG's channel. Who does he smash? Like some guy in ranked? What about Exotic? Yeah, Exotic, I'm really excited to see more of him in EU. He's a up-and-coming player. Really, really solid. But yeah, can Firstkiller close this one out in 4? If WondaMike gets into Game 5, that's going to be a surprise. Firstkiller having to go to 2 Game 5s to win. It's a great chance though for WondaMike. Really strong position for him, but he lets Firstkiller come back in and take control of the ball. And just like that, Firstkiller's dancing around him and stealing his boost again. WondaMike's got to look out for the demo. He does. So we're a minute left and a big chance for WondaMike to take the lead. Mind games it and gets it through. What a goal for WondaMike. Inside the final minute with a mind game. He takes the lead. Firstkiller had already committed. He expected the high flick. Can WondaMike hold on? No, Left didn't play in Salt Mine 2. He's casting Salt Mine 2. Well, he's streaming some of the matches. He did one today. He'll do more tomorrow. Oh no, is that another forced own goal? WondaMike, twice in one game, has helped to put the ball in his own net. Firstkiller forced that one. That's so smart. Look at the angle that Firstkiller took that challenge from. Really well played. But WondaMike, you've got to calm down, mate. Just flying into the position before thinking about whether or not he should be doing it. Decent block by WondaMike. Misses the rebound though, and Firstkiller's there to send one on target. Now the boost steal will follow. Firstkiller turns around quickly. Has he got the read? He doesn't quite get there in time, and this time WondaMike doesn't put it in his own net. WondaMike tries again. Another dunk attempt at the end of an air dribble. Firstkiller's had more success defending these than he did earlier in the series. This is going to be a huge shot for First. He just decides to shoot it without dodging so he can recover it as quickly as possible. Don't even need a recovery because he was in the game the whole time. And into overtime we go. WondaMike needs a goal to send us into Game 5 here. Firstkiller can book his grand final spot with one more shot, and he does. It's Firstkiller from the kickoff who eliminates WondaMike from Q1. Honestly, well played by WondaMike. A great tournament for him so far. He has exceeded expectations by making it into the semi-final. He was seeded 8th for this, so not expected to make it this far. But after seeing him today, seeing him play today, there's absolutely no question as to his current form. He's really putting up some great results here, and I'm expecting him to. I'm really expecting WondaMike to make it through into the main event if he can keep this up, if he can replicate some of that, what we saw today in the other qualifiers. But that's it for him for their Q1. Did I watch the Squishy debut for NRG? I didn't watch any full games. I watched a few clips here and there, and I watched a few moments from the three tournaments that have been happening recently, but after Fusion and before Salt Mine, I took kind of a break from streaming for a little bit, and I took a break from Rocket League viewing, just because I've had so much on my plate with these tournaments. So I tried to take it easy. That's a double reset for First. Oh, what a save by WondaMike, but why? Why would you do that? Firstkiller just bumps him away, probably wondering the same thing. That was a beautiful double reset shot. WondaMike decides to save it. You can't really fault him for it, but he's still going to get a lot of people wondering why he didn't just let that one go in. Yeah, it would have been cool to see that one go in, and then Firstkiller just give WondaMike a goal in return and say thank you for letting the double reset goal count. Oh wow, what a save by WondaMike. These stops have been outrageous. Talking about Firstkiller's goalkeeping earlier on, but some of WondaMike's saves have also been up there. Flake's got to be on that all-time tier list. Oh yeah, for sure. Right now, Flakes has been inactive for long enough that I wouldn't put him top 10 once. There's just no recent results really to base him off. You know, Lion Blaze would probably feature in the top 10 after what he's done in Fusion. Some very impressive results. I would probably put apparently Jack in there. Hard not to after his ridiculous Fusion matches. Who else would you guys have in top 10? Oh, what passing play! WondaMike. Oh no, well, that's a pretty unfortunate but hilarious own goal by him, as Firstkiller missed his open net kickoff goal by a mile. And WondaMike puts it in for him. We're talking top 10 right now? Yeah, right now, currently. Maybe Magic Bear. Well, he just got 3-0 by WondaMike today, so I don't know about Magic Bear. He's definitely a great player. But yeah, currently you've got to base your results off like the qualifier ones for Salt Mine and also Fusion 1v1 tournaments. That's a pretty good look for WondaMike on this play. Solid defense, didn't give Firstkiller a look at it. Jack, yeah, I would have Jack top 10 for sure. I would definitely have apparently Jack in the top 10. No question about that. Lethammer maybe? No, Lethammer's got no good recent results so that you could put him in the top 10 from. In competitive results, I mean. So I couldn't put him in top 10. Chronic? Nah. Close, but I don't think so. Maybe East Coast AJ, honestly. East Coast AJ, maybe not West Coast AJ, but East Coast AJ could be top 10. Maybe. That's a bit of a questionable one though, because he's not had great tournament results recently. Nice save by First. So WondaMike's clawed back into this one though. It's really making this into a series. Firstkiller's had to work for his wins today. Top 3 in the world. I already said my top 3 story is Khaled, Fairy Peak. That's my top 3 for 1v1. Well, in order it would be Khaled, Fairy Peak, Jarias. But Fairy Peak is inactive, of course. Good shot by First. Well struck from a tight angle. WondaMike just didn't get enough on that touch there. Didn't respect Firstkiller's angle shooting, it seems, but he probably should. No left, bad judging. Why would I put Lethammer in? He hasn't won any 1v1s competitively in the past like half a year. He got to top 4 in Salt Mine 1, but Fusion and Salt Mine 2 qualifiers are so much more relevant for 1v1 recently. You have to base your current top 10 on them mainly, in my opinion. Did Firstkiller get another touch on this? I think he did. Yeah, he did. Look at that. He just got the little last touch on the goal line there to make it 4-2. No, Fairy's not playing in this tournament. He's not, no. He did just beat Wanda in one game. I mean, I already talked about this. Like, yeah, it's a pressure on WondaMike, or a pressure on WondaMike kind of situation. I'm going to say this, okay? If Lethammer was active, actually playing tournaments, I think he would be top 10 worldwide easy for 1v1. Easy. But he's not active in tournaments. He hasn't had any tournament results recently or competitive results in 1v1. So there's nothing to base off, nothing to base an actual ranking off. But yeah, I think if he did play, he would probably be top 10 easily. Very, very smart player and great game sense for 1v1. So WondaMike got the equalizer here. Yes, he does. Well played by WondaMike. He's just hanging in here, making this competitive. Barely got enough height on that flick to get it past him. what I think about Sharp. Really good results from Fusion, Fear 100, Fear 500. Yeah, he's definitely up there for NA, but you know, worldwide, can't put him in the same conversation as the guys we're talking about. Left smashes kids in Sunless GG's channel. Who does he smash? Like some guy in ranked? What about Exotic? Yeah, Exotic, I'm really excited to see more of him in EU. He's a up and coming player. Really, really solid. But yeah, can Firstkiller close this one out in 4? If WondaMike gets into Game 5, that's going to be a surprise. Firstkiller having to go to 2 Game 5s to win. It's a great chance though for WondaMike. Really strong position for him, but he lets Firstkiller come back in and take control of the ball. And just like that, Firstkiller's dancing around him and stealing his boost again. WondaMike's got to look out for the demo. He does. So we're a minute left and a big chance for WondaMike to take the lead. Mind games it and gets it through. What a goal for WondaMike. Inside the final minute with a mind game. He takes the lead. Firstkiller had already committed. He expected the high flick. Can WondaMike hold on? No, Left didn't play in Salt Mine 2. He's casting Salt Mine 2. Well, he's streaming some of the matches. He did one today. He'll do more tomorrow. Oh no, is that another forced own goal? WondaMike, twice in one game, has helped to put the ball in his own net. Firstkiller forced that one. That's so smart. Look at the angle that Firstkiller took that challenge from. Really well played. But WondaMike, you've got to calm down, mate. Just flying into the position before thinking about whether or not he should be doing it. Decent block by WondaMike. Misses the rebound though, and Firstkiller's there to send one on target. Now the boost steal will follow. Firstkiller turns around quickly. Has he got the read? He doesn't quite get there in time, and this time WondaMike doesn't put it in his own net. WondaMike tries again. Another dunk attempt at the end of an air dribble. Firstkiller's had more success defending these than he did earlier in the series. This is going to be a huge shot for First. He just decides to shoot it without dodging so he can recover it as quickly as possible. Don't even need a recovery because he was in the game the whole time. And into overtime we go. WondaMike needs a goal to send us into Game 5 here. Firstkiller can book his grand final spot with one more shot, and he does. It's Firstkiller from the kickoff who eliminates WondaMike from Q1. Honestly, well played by WondaMike. A great tournament for him so far. He has exceeded expectations by making it into the semi-final. He was seeded 8th for this, so not expected to make it this far. But after seeing him today, seeing him play today, there's absolutely no question as to his current form. He's really putting up some great results here, and I'm expecting him to. I'm really expecting WondaMike to make it through into the main event if he can keep this up, if he can replicate some of that, what we saw today in the other qualifiers. But that's it for him for their Q1.